Hey Jackson, Susan here. First off, thank you so much for reaching out. I'm completely flattered that you would even think of me. And also, I'm completely impressed with everything that you've been doing on DeviantArt. Um, and thank you for educating me as well. I often get some, fan art from DeviantArt, but I didn't really understand what the platform was. And it was really fun to deep dive and to see everything that you've been doing there. And everybody loves a mashup, everybody loves seeing characters that they know and love pulled together in different scenarios. And it's just completely creative. And it just blows me away. I love creativity, as you can imagine. And I just get inspired by people who are taking it on. So listen, you're talking about a pep talk. And the thing is this, I'm a lot older than you. And I do a lot of master classes with students. And so sometimes what I have to say, it is all meant to kind of open your eyes and to expand your vision a little bit, even if it might not be exactly what you want to hear. But it comes from a place of experience. So I definitely thought my career was going to look a certain way. And I spent, several years sort of pushing it that direction. And I've got friends that are contemporaries of mine in the industry, some whose careers have just sort of unfolded organically, and some who've really pushed directions that they felt like they should be in. Both of them are successful, but one is happier than the other. I have just come to learn that sometimes pushing things into being while it's possible, it may not actually be the best scenario for you. For example, if there's a job that I really think that I'm right for, and I push and push and push and push, and I'm kind of not the greatest fit, and maybe the director doesn't really want me, but I do whatever I have to do and I get that job. Well, now I'm in a job where the director didn't really want me, that maybe doesn't show me off the best, and I kind of put my will over the will of the universe or God or whatever you want to call it, right? Physics, I'm big into quantum physics. And what I've discovered is that every time I've forced something into being, I really wasn't happy about it. Now, how does this apply to you? I don't think that you're trying to force something into being, but what I will say is this. Sometimes we get so consumed with things looking a certain way that we think things are going to unfold a certain way that we actually don't notice the opportunities all around us. So for instance, that job that I forced myself to get, well, it made me unavailable for the jobs that might have changed my life. And conversely, that job that I thought was going to change my life, that I was bereft that I did not get, it was a job in my early 20s that I thought was going to make my career. If I had gotten that job, I would have been shooting a movie in Toronto, and I would not have been in New York City available to audition for Beauty and the Beast. And my relationship with the Disney company is still shaping my life. It has made me so happy. I love being a part of that company. I love doing all the many projects that I've done for that company. And it never would have started if I ended up getting that job that I thought was the job for me. So what does this mean for you? Keep doing what you love. As long as you love what you're doing, keep going for it. But make sure that you're doing it because of your love for it. Success will come. But also, keep your eyes open. Who else have you met on that platform? What artists have you worked with? What are some of their ideas? Maybe you're meant to write for them instead of them draw for you. I'm making this up because I don't really know. All I'm saying is, sometimes I say to my students, you guys think your future's coming in a big red box with a big red bow, and I'm sitting here telling you there's a green box right in front of you, and I wish you would open the lid because your dreams are inside. Sometimes opportunities come in ways that you are not expecting. So here's what I wish for you. Continue with your creativity. You're so good at it. Bring your joy to it, and people who encounter your work will enjoy it, and that should have a lot of meaning for you, whether it blows up to be a huge success or not. I feel like as individuals, we have more impact on our day-to-day people that we encounter. And you're encountering people that you may not even know that you're encountering, and you're influencing and inspiring them. So you're already a success. And then I would say in 2023, open your eyes. If you have some blinders on, Open them up, look at the whole periphery, look at everything else on that site, go deep diving with other people's work and see what inspires you. See if maybe you are meant to change things a little bit. Listen up when people are saying things to you. It might ring that little bell in your head. It might be a very dim sound, but if you start listening to it, it'll get louder and louder and louder. You'll start noticing those signs. You'll start noticing those people. You'll start noticing those opportunities. And who knows where it will lead. This may not have been what you were hoping for, but I just know in my own life, when I stopped resisting the natural flow of things, I ended up finding projects that were so meaningful, where I was working with people who I absolutely adore, as opposed to the projects that I didn't love the people that I was working with. And those projects have found their audience. And even if they weren't huge successes, I got feedback from the people who did encounter them on how much it meant to them. And that on a daily basis fuels me. And I hope that you'll find that and that fuels you too. And you may already have it, and you're just not giving it the weight that you could. There are people who are fans of you already. So that's what I say to you. Open your mind. Take a look what's around you. Maybe start trying some other directions with some other friends that you've made. Get those creative juices flowing, because the things that are the biggest successes in the world are oftentimes accidents and not the projects we initially started searching for. Does that make sense? Oh my gosh, I'm sending you the absolute best. Happy 2023. Oh, isn't this amazing? It's my favorite part because it's true. You are gonna have an amazing year. And I just hope you know I'm over here cheering on you. Please, Howard Ashman, forgive me for those lyrics, but you know what I'm trying to say. I'm wishing you the best, my friend.